Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Looters Presents. That's right, we're going to show you another great show from our network, and I have with me the notorious dungeon teacher. No, wait, teacher master. I said that wrong.
I've been called dungeon teacher, I've been called dungeon master, I've been called master teacher, but typically on our show we've stuck with master teacher.
Master teacher. Yes. I was literally just listening to the part where you first came up with that as a concept, so I feel like I butchered it. But Caitlin here.
Hi!
Just want to introduce your show, too, because I haven't even said the title of it, Of Mice and Men and Monsters.
That's right, kids. Me, your friendly dungeon teacher. We're here to take over. Of Mice and Men and Monsters, Looters is no more. It's all us.
I'm a recent convert to this show. I've been catching up. The whole concept of it is very cool. Do you want to explain it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for it.
So the premise is we're playing through Dungeons and Dragons system, 5th edition system. But what makes our show different is that we are going through the stories of classic literature. Some stories which many people were supposed to have read in high school, but didn't, let's be honest. It's like fan fiction for classic literature. And what helps it is that I, as the Dungeon Master, by day, I am a high school teacher, high school English teacher, specializing in literature. So this is my Jimmy Jam. So it's fun. I'm creating some original content with a lot of homebrew to fit into the worlds of like Count of Monte Cristo, Moby Dick, Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It gets crazy.
Frankenstein super pulled me in. One of those books you read at a certain age that like stick with you, you know?
That's why that was the first one we chose. We're like, what is a big hitter
Yeah.
that has a great monster, has a great big bad that we can work with,
Yeah.
that a lot of us remember. So definitely, that's the one we're sharing with your listeners today.
That's right. And it does feel like fanfic.
It is.
It uses that world. It's very cool to like play in the worlds that we read. Like that's such a fun thing to do. It's very
It is. It's fun to think, okay, I'm building an NPC. What would Robin Hood be? What would Edmond Dantes from Count of Monte Cristo be? What would Oliver Twist be?
And it feels like D&D too, which is kind of fun. The group of adventurers are really just like, at the taverns and like doing the finding magic weapons, just like they're doing like
Finding
all the
them
D&D
weapons,
stuff.
solving the riddles, going through the dungeons. It's
But
your
also it's
classic
Frankenstein.
stuff. So we're teaching you about the classic literature on one hand, but also we're teaching people how to play. One of the players when we began, Kimmy, she had never played before. So she was kind of the conduit for the listener that has no idea what the hell they're doing with Dungeons and Dragons.
She's really fun too, because you can tell she's like really diving into it and like seeing what the boundaries are at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it's fun because I feel like all of your players do something that we do in our show a lot too. Fuck with each other.
Yeah.
Pulling on each other's strings.
It's fun too when you have people who are already friends that have that chemistry with one another, much like you guys have, where figuring out how to screw with one another is still all in good fun and nobody's trying to like run the table or, well, actually they will try to screw the DM over, but that's
that's
neither
part
here nor
of it.
there.
Yeah,
That's
normal.
That's breaking your teeth.
Well, it passes the vibe check. It's really fun, and I should stop talking about it because we're just going to listen to it right now. And
Yes, for sure. And guys, if you like it, come join us. Come find us. So once again, we're Of Mice and Men and Monsters. We combine classic literature with Dungeons and Dragons. We've gone through some crazy worlds. I've already mentioned a few. But in addition to that, we have Alice in Wonderland. We have Winnie the Pooh. We have The Great Gatsby.
Wizard of Oz, very timely if you're going to watch
We're
Wicked.
currently in The Wizard of Oz, yes. That was way back. We've been doing this for 4 years now. And this was kind of already like the plan to be here. So it was quite fortuitous.
Oh, it's Kismet.
The film is, coming out at the same time that they're getting to Wizard of Oz. So I'm glad about that.
All right, well, check it out. Comes out every Wednesday. So that's what you can do now with your Wednesdays is come listen to Of Mice and Men and Monsters.
Yes, please. Aaron. You are already far north of your forest home, and as you walk in the streets of Geneva, you feel a cold northern breeze play upon your cheeks, which braces your nerves and fills you with delight. As you approach Dear Sister Margaret, the only tavern in this town, you glance down at the invitational flyer that brought you here. Genius artificer Dr. Frankenstein is looking for volunteers to serve as test subjects in his latest experiments. Do you have strength of mind, body, and spirit? You could earn 50 gold just for participating, and even grander prizes for completing the experiments. Come to the town of Geneva on Friday to participate. As your eyes finish scanning the flyer, you open the door to Dear Sister Margaret. What would the patrons in the tavern see as you cross the threshold?
I look probably a little weathered from walking through the forest, although that is my kind of natural habitat. I think they see someone whose face is a little bit downtrodden, unsure, and also maybe a little bit of grit. I'm wearing a dark green robe. Looks a little bit like a jumper, maybe. We're not too sure. And I have white hair and pointy ears because I am an elf. I have blue eyes and I have sharp features.
All right.
Yeah, I guess would they be used to seeing elves in this tavern?
Yes.
Dear Sister Margaret.
The Dear Sister Margaret, as you see, is filled with people of all races, kinds, shapes, sizes. And so seeing an elf cross the threshold, even an elf that is maybe covered in grime or has some leaves in his white hair, wouldn't even bat an eye at that. In fact, the tavern is alight with commotion and activity. At the tables, there's all sorts of gambling going on, and in the far corner, there is a group of 3 Aarakocras who are playing darts. At the far end of the bar is seated 3 people in dark cloaks, and everyone is giving them a wide berth. The room is abuzz with excitement, and you overhear someone mention an oncoming performance on the tavern stage. Where do you go first?
I head straight over to the bar. I am going to speak to the keep or the bar person, the bar maid or matron, talk about maybe what kind of beverages they have.
Okay. So you come up to the bar, and up there is a burly man, looks a little bit past his prime, just this grizzled human that turns to you with a very wide smile on his face. And he says, "Ah, welcome. You must be here because of the flyer going around."
Well, hey, mister. Yeah, you could say that I saw that flyer and stepped into this here establishment, but, well, what I could really use is a drink. What do you have on tap?
What do I have on tap? A young, old, something, I don't know. Master Alpha. We have hard spirits, we have lindenberry water, we have teas, we have coffees. We even, I don't know, I've gotten a little bored in my old age, so I've even tried my hand at a bit of mixology. Alchemy among the spirits, as you might say. So, surprise me, I'll try something.
I'll take whatever wine I can get for this. And he slides over just like 2 silver across the... I have no idea if that's enough money or not, but I think he just says, "Well, hey, whatever wine you can give me for this, I'll take that."
He puts his hand over it, slides it to him, looks at it, smiles widely. He's like, "You betcha." And he hands you a glass of this gleaming red mulled wine, which is perfect for the bracing cold that is now starting to develop outdoors.
Awen takes a big drink of this mulled wine, kind of inhales. "Well, what did you say your name was again?"
I didn't say my name. My name's Walton. Formerly Captain Walton, because, I lived my life on the sea, but that's another lifetime ago. So now I'm here and own this here tavern, Dear Sister Margaret. So will you be staying the night?
Well, Cap, I'm not too sure if I'm staying the night or not. You tell me, what's the deal here with this flyer? You know who this is?
Dr. Frankenstein? I mean, we all know of him. Barely any of us know him, But he lives in that castle up yonder, just beyond the hill. Kind of looming over this whole, I don't know, city, town? Depends on where you've been. Some people call it a city because it's kind of medium-sized. Others call it a town or a village because, they feel like they're a little bit big in the britches. I think it's pretty nice here.
It looks like an establishment to me. He come from good stock? You trust him?
I mean, he brings me good money by bringing people into the town for this experiment, so yeah, I trust the money he brings in. But like I said, I never met the fella.
All right. Fair enough. And I walk away.
Okay. As you
I go
walk,
and sit in the back corner.
Back corner. Ooh, always a good idea to sit in the back corner.
Quick question. So like when he was talking, I'll go talk to the bar matron or maid, and then you came in as the grizzly guy. Would that have been an opportunity for me to step in and tease him for assuming it was going to be a woman? Or are we being serious at this point and I shouldn't improvise?
Oh, yeah.
Joke?
No, you should
I
totally
shouldn't break the fourth wall. Okay.
You can
I wanted
break
to
the
make
fourth
sure
wall. Yes.
All right. Did I retroactively tease Aaron for assuming it was going to be a bar matron?
No, I didn't want to assume. I didn't know what's the guy's version of a barmaid. I thought it was matron, but apparently it's both.
No,
female,
you did it right. It was just so funny. Like, it's a maid or a matron. She was like, a grizzly man pops from behind.
Oh God. Oh God.
So as you step away from the bar to find a cozy backspace, we go back outside with our camera and we see that Adam, you are making your way into Geneva, and now the sun is still visible, its broad disk just skirting the horizon and diffusing a perpetual splendor. As you enter the tavern, even though I mentioned earlier that this is filled with all sorts of people, well, at the sight of you draw quite a few curious stares, including that of Awen. Why would they take notice of you?
Probably because I'm a 7-foot robot, so that's probably number one. So I bet he would be. I'm assuming the doorway probably isn't 7 feet tall. So my character, this pretty much like black steel, very gangly, long, gangly robot with a large collar behind his head that's adorned with a bunch of flowers and herbs, a bunch of colors kind of smattering behind his head, like almost like a halo, growing out of his own machinery, kind of built into his body. So yeah, he's probably lurching in under the doorway and standing up. And as soon as he looks up, I'm sure he would notice everyone's eyes looking at him and would feel a little embarrassed.
In fact, it kind of like dies down for a few seconds, and Walton, who is doing the usual barkeep thing of dusting out a glass for the next 5 minutes with nothing else to do, kind of stops. He's like, well, aren't you a sight over there? Welcome. Seen it all today. I've seen it all today. And he just like starts to turn away, and he's like, I'm over it already. But you, and your character's name is?
Bertram.
Okay. So you, Bertram, where do you decide to perch up? Now that some of them are still staring, others, though, are pretending not to stare, but really looking out of the corner of their eye, and still others are too interested in their gambling or their drinking to really care too much.
Yeah, I think since someone's already addressed him, and it looks like someone with some authority in this place, I think I would make my way over to the bar as well, probably knocking into people as I go, maybe like nudging them with like a knee to the back of the head or something like that, until I get up to the bar. And I think if I looked at the stool and seeing how like dirty and kind of dusty it is, I think I would pull out a little handkerchief from my breast pocket and would give it a little bit of dusting and put it back in my pocket before I sit down. Excuse me, my good sir. Might I trouble you for a tall glass of your finest water, please, and thank you.
Wow, aren't you just the gent with all the manners? You just want you drink water? You don't like have oil or I don't know.
Oh yes, yes.
Exhaust or water is
Yes.
good for you.
There's oil amongst other things inside me, but the water isn't. No, it's not. It's not for me. I don't take the nourishment myself. It doesn't sustain me. It's for my flowers and herbs behind my head. I'm sure you've noticed them.
So how? I mean, sure. And he's in the midst of this, just taking the glass, and there's just a spigot to the side, and you can see like it's not distilled, it's nothing special. He just is basically putting tap water in there, and as he's filling it with tap water, he's like, "So, what do? You just toss it over your shoulder at the fellas growing around you, or how do you water that?" Oh, hang on, sorry, it got a little bit there. Here you go, and he hands it across to you after kind of tipping the overflow onto the side of the bar, where he will then later mop it up and use it to clean that area of the bar.
Oh, my simple fellow. No. I still drink it. It still goes down. I think it would look a little bit odd if I just threw it over my shoulder. But no, I drink it, and it goes into my machinery and swirls around and ends up back up by my plants. I don't know quite the intricacies of how I was constructed, per se, but it seems to work all the same. So, is this tap water? Is this free?
Yeah. This is free. You're able to have this tap water at no cost, just for you, buddy. It's a secret between you and me. And he gives you a big old wink.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's so improper to ask about money and things of that sort, but I'm just not living the same lifestyle I used to live, I guess you might say. But thank you, dear sir, thank you. And I would take that water, and as I'm walking, I guess I'm looking for where I would go sit or stand. And as I'm doing that, I pull out from my bag, my satchel, I pull out this little, what this looks like a normal silver spoon, and I twirl it around, like a teaspoon, and I would twirl it around in my glass for a second and pocket it before drinking the water. And I guess I would survey the room again. Can you explain what was in the room? You mentioned people playing poker. Some
sure, yeah.
Aarakocra.
There's some gambling tables to the side, closer to the entrance. Along the back where Alwyn headed, there are some booths there near a stage where people can go up and perform at any time. There are people who are talking about an upcoming performance from some visiting sailors, and you see the bar continue to stretch around the corner, and then it disappears into the back. There are stairs to the side, which would possibly lead upstairs to rooms if you decide to rent one for the night. And of course, yes, there's a back area with more games, and I did mention there are 3 Aarakocras playing darts there.
Oh, they're playing darts. Okay. I guess I'll stop there for now. I'll go stand over by the Aarakocra, and I'll just kind of observe quietly off to the side, observing their game as they're playing darts.
Okay. So, Kimmy, all this time, you have remained in the recess of a corner booth, squeezed between the stage and the side door leading to the upstairs rooms. You have been gazing at this wonderful and stupendous scene of people of many different races talking excitedly about tomorrow's experiments and the rumored grand prize of a personalized creation of your choice made by Dr. Frankenstein. With your trained eyes of a thief, you see nobody stealing, nobody threatening, just pure curiosity and well-being, which is something so foreign to you this past year. Although nobody seems to have taken notice of you, indeed, the very booth that Alwyn chose to come and slink back to is the very booth that you're sitting in the back of. He still hasn't noticed you in the shadows. But if he were to look your way, or anybody else, what would they actually see?
He would see someone who is not comfortable in their own skin. Someone kind of slight, short, blonde hair that was definitely cut. It's short and cut well, but I clearly don't know how to style it, so it's just messy. I'm in traveling garb with light armor. And I'm just watching.
Just watching. Okay.
Just watching.
Well, howdy, friend. What you doing back there in the dark?
Watching?
It's a good group to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You see anything good so far?
No, I was mainly just waiting for you to take another drink so I could try to scare you.
Were you just gonna jump out and say booga booga booga?
Something of the sort.
Well, all right. What about
I'd rather
them?
watch.
You saw them Aarakocra over there? What do you think of them?
This is where Kimmy asks, what are those?
Oh, yeah. They're like bird people. Did you watch Rick and Morty? It's like Bird Person from Rick and Morty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
What a hard end. Okay, cool. I've seen their kind in passing. Never seen this many in one place, though.
Yeah, they're pretty good at those darts. Gotta give it to them. Pretty good. Now, ma'am, you tell me, what do you think of that big old robot that just came in there? It seems kind of out of place, don't you think?
That is the most interesting thing I have ever seen. What do you think happens when you just pick those flowers? Do you think you'd notice?
I'm not too sure, but I guess we could find out.
I was gonna say, how much money are you willing to put on it?
Oh, make it interesting, huh? Well, I think I have no idea how much gold I have. I think I have what was the starting amount, like 50 gold or something like that?
I have some amount of gold.
I have at least some gold because I bought this wine.
I'd be willing to settle for a drink.
All right. One drink. You're on.
Drink?
Now,
All
wait.
right.
What's the wager here? Are we just going to sneak over and see which one of us can get it? Are we going to like tally up how many of the herbs we can pick?
Looking at you, I think you're pretty big. I feel like in this small and tight pub, if we both sneak over, it will be much less successful. Maybe I'll just sneak over, and if I'm able to pick some flowers without him noticing, I get a drink.
All right then, ma'am. You're on.
All right, Kate, now how do I do this?
So in Dungeons and Dragons, we tend to tell the DM what we want to do, describe how that would go down, and then I would tell you what you need to roll based on how you describe it. So tell me, how would you try to get to the collar of this 7-foot robot?
Robot.
So
Yeah, how tall are you?
I'm like
Robot.
5'4". So I'm
basically-
like mid-sized to smaller.
Oh, yeah.
How
have
are
some
you going to
jumps.
climb that tree? Tell me.
Do you need a booster seat when you're in a carriage?
It's a rude question to ask a lady. So here's what I do. I slowly sneak over. He's on the opposite side. So I dart in between people. I kind of pull up and I sneak around the fireplace. I get up right behind him. And I say, "Excuse me, mister."
Oh. Good Lord, girl. Made me quite startled there. What was that? Come again?
I said, "Excuse me, mister. What brings such a tall robot like you to a strange place like this?"
Oh, well, that's... I guess I do look out of sorts here, don't I? Well spotted, well spotted. I'm here to see some kind of... I came across this flyer. I saw that there was some kind of test of skills for adventurers from some Dr. Frankenstein, I believe it is. So I'm here to see what comes of that. I guess I don't really have any other place to be if I'm being painfully honest.
Fascinating. I, too, have this flyer. Interesting.
Wait,
Did you
show me your flyer. I
Did
pull
you
mine out
notice-
and I hold it.
I pull
This
mine
the
out
same
as well.
flyer?
I pull mine out as well, and I say, "But did you notice the secret symbols on the corner of this flyer. Like they're very slight, but did you notice the secret symbols on this? And then I pull it over and I hold it like between us so we both are kind of faced and looking. And then I use sleight of hand.
It's so good.
I use sleight of hand to pull around. I'm short, but he's bending down to look at it, and I use sleight of hand to pick a flower. Does it work? What do I do?
All right, Kibby, you're going to do 2 rolls for me. First, you're going to roll deception to see if that even works to get him to bend down. And then you're going to roll sleight of hand if that does succeed.
Okay, so I use the 20-side die, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then for you, your deception is a +5.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely looked at what my higher numbers were. Okay, hold on.
Smart.
Yep.
I got a 7.
So 12? Or was it
did
2
you roll a
plus
2
5?
plus 5?
Plus
I rolled a 7.
Okay, so
7. Okay,
plus
so then you
5.
add your modifier.
So you rolled a 12.
7.
No,
Okay,
perfect.
perfect.
For in this case, that was enough. He's still not completely believing you, but I would say that this is enough to get Bertram to start to bend down to look at exactly what you're trying to show him. So now you're going to roll sleight of hand, which is a good bonus.
Perfect. And then I'm going to, while I'm doing all this, I'm talking about my experience with secret symbols and that they were really small, but blah, blah, blah. And then I roll and I get a 5 plus 8, so that's 13. That was embarrassing how long it took me to do that math, but I rolled 13.
Welcome to the mental math institution of being bad at it.
I'm going to get so much better playing this.
You do. You successfully pick a flower from his collar.
Ooh.
Now, as soon as you get that flower and he hasn't noticed, what will you do?
So I take the flower, I immediately slip it behind my ear, push my hair in front of it, and then I can count on my little mouse Pip to crawl up and grab it, because we've done this before.
Whoa, Pip.
Pip is my mouse.
P.S. There's a mouse. There's a mouse. P.S.
Should I?
Wait, this is just like little mouse homie just hanging with you?
Can
I
I
have a
roll?
mouse.
Can I roll to see if I notice the mouse?
Yeah.
Oh no,
that would
I
be
didn't mean I brought another element. I didn't think about
That's
this.
so good.
Is that
Roll
But he's
perception.
like crawling
Yeah.
up behind my neck. Like Pip crawls up behind my neck and grabs the flower. Why would you notice that?
Don't worry, it's only a 10.
Right.
No, that would.
My rolls
I
are
would-
terrible, by the way. So do whatever you want.
I would say just as Pip the mouse is nestling back, grabbing the flower, and going back to his little hiding place, you see. Yes, in your satchel. Is it crossbody? Very practical.
Oh no, we're talking fanny pack.
Oh,
I'm a child of the 80s, the 1780s. That was a bad joke.
Keep it in. Keep it in.
No, love it.
So just as Pip is sliding into that little hip pocket of your fanny pack, as it were, a feathered hand comes into view, and it just slides in and pricks one of the flowers off of Bertram's collar. And it's like, are we doing this now? I got bored with the darts, but are you just handing out flowers for everybody, big man? And
What are you
see one of the
doing, Birdman? Oh, unhand me.
I immediately
Birdman.
get up in arms. Oh wait, tell me if it's the wrong move. I immediately get up in arms and said, "That is a terribly rude thing to do. How dare you? Don't you understand etiquette?"
So good.
Thank you, someone with a little dignity and manners.
Oh, you said I have bad manners. I mean, I was just over here playing darts, and then I look over and I see a mouse. I'm sorry, you called me Birdman or Birdfolk or whatever. I'm called all the things nowadays, but I can't help but notice a mouse when there is one, even as well hidden as yours is. I'm not the
No.
first one to pluck your flower, as it were, Sir Robot.
Who else has plucked a flower from me this evening?
You mean you don't know? You were just bending down and she plucked it. We all saw it, right, guys? And the other two Aarakocras that are with this one just kind of nod, like, "Yep, we saw it."
And I think it would dawn on Bertram finally, and all the commotion. And I think I would look down at, is it Penelope? You said.
Well, here's the thing. Before
I'm
you do,
sorry.
because you've been talking to them, right? It is Penelope, but you don't know that yet. Can I don't know how this works. Because he's talking at them, can I be slinking away? Or is that not allowed? Do I need to wait till my turn?
No, all this time you can be.
I mean, he's been
sneaking away.
talking with them for like 30 seconds. This is a small pub. I am back in that corner by the end of this. And he like turns and I'm gone like a sitcom.
Dude,
But
I
isn't that
am
like
go-
5 feet away? Isn't that like 5 feet away?
Yeah, it's
He didn't
literally
even
like on
see
the
me
other
when
end of
I'm
the
in a-
room.
But he didn't even see me when I'm in the corner. I just really want this drink.
You thirsty? Are you thirsty? Is that what I'm hearing? All right.
Yes. 1700s.
I'm gonna make you do another roll because this is your intro into D&D, Kimmy. I'm making you do all the
Great.
rolls tonight.
Good.
I want
Okay.
you to do a
Good.
stealth roll for me.
Oh yeah.
Wait, why do I have a T for my stealth?
Yeah, I don't know why you put a T on your sheet.
Okay, that's not a thing.
Maybe it's either 5 or 6, right? The 5 and the 6 are right above the T.
Let's
assume.
hope.
So
I was like, oh,
you can
T
just
must
look at your
mean
dexterity.
something.
Your
I
dex
think
is
it's just your dex mod.
it's just your dex. Yeah, so just put
Okay,
a plus
I have
Are
a
you
4.
5.
proficient? Wait, are
I
you
have a
proficient
5.
in stealth?
It said T. I should be, right? Because I'm a
Yes.
rogue.
There's like
Yeah.
there should be like a little dot, yeah. So you
Yeah.
add your proficiency modifier.
Yes,
to
there's a
them.
dot. Great. So I'm going to say 5. That sounds right?
Actually,
You're right,
it's,
5.
Then, so 7.
it's actually your dex plus your proficiency. So here it would be a plus 6.
Plus 6.
That's
Okay,
5.
thank
That's a
you.
lot.
Sorry about that. I guess that was great. I really thought T was something. Okay, I am rolling. That's how fresh I feel. I rolled a 12 plus 6, that's 18.
Dang, good
Oh yeah,
rolls.
you were able to slink away in the midst of that, and so
stealthy.
by the time Bertram realizes he's been had and he turns to look down at to where you were, he sees nothing.
Foing.
Mm-hmm. And I'm at Eowyn, and I've immediately just dropped it right in front of him and snuck back to my corner. And he picks it up and looks. No, I can't tell you what you're doing. Never mind. So sorry. So I've dropped it right in front of you and snuck into my corner.
Well, sneaky little one, aren't you? Interesting. Well, what can I get you to drink, ma'am?
I would love the same thing you're having.
Bertram, you're there with 3 Aarakocras, all of whom seem to be very amused by your confusion. You all right there, buddy? You seem a bit lacking in the words department.
I suppose I just find myself out of sorts here. You think, oh, here's a small little innocent girl, and what she's just lying and stealing and cheating. I've never seen anything quite like it, I'm afraid. Do you mind if I appreciate you being honest at least with me. Do you mind if I just stand here with you fellow birds for a little bit?
Well, sure, but first things first. Stop calling me Birdman. My name is Felix. Nice to meet you. And he extends a paw, a hand, whatever you call an Aarakocra's digit.
And Bertram takes the hand and bends down and kisses the top of his hand, and kind of does a little bit of a kind of a curtsy, a little bit of a bow as he does it. Felix,
Okay.
it's a pleasure to meet you, Felix. I'm sorry I didn't know your name, Felix. And how about your friends here? What are their names?
One on the left, the tall, annoying one, that's Agatha. That's my sister.
Agatha.
And then,
I kiss that hand.
Thank you.
I kissed that hand.
And this one here, this bodacious babe, this is Safie. She doesn't know yet, but one day she's gonna be my girlfriend. And she just rolls her eyes at him. You have no idea what you're talking about. But then she's like, but if you're at it, and she extends her hand to you.
And yeah, of course, I kiss it as well. Well, Felix, Agatha, and Safi, a pleasure to meet all of you. Felix, here, if you already took one flower, but you missed this one. And I pluck another flower from behind me, and it's an even more beautiful, like, white rose, and I give it to him. A lot of ladies I've seen in my life seem to really like the white rose, so maybe you can try giving that to Safi, and who knows what might happen.
Ooh, I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. So he takes it and then he turns towards Safi. He's like, Safi, look what I got for you. And he holds it out to her and she just rolls her eyes and leans down and eats it. And then walks away.
Hey,
So-
well, I'm sorry about that, Felix. Oh, well, I guess maybe the white rose doesn't work for bird people, if you don't mind me saying. Do you live here in this town of Geneva?
Yeah, we've been living here for a bit. My sister, she owns the local smithy, and really, we it's kind of a pop-up shop, as it were. As soon as Dr. Frankenstein moved in, he put out kind of this hiring call for all types of artisans to work on his latest experiment, and so we're here. We've been here for the past couple of months, and doing stuff here and there, and we'll be here as long as we're needed and then move on as we do. I'm going to be joining the experiments tomorrow. I mean, I think I might have a leg up because I helped with like 3 of the rooms, but I'm sure there's a way that I won't even see those rooms. He's a wily one, but, you know, might as well. I'm here.
Oh, so there are rooms and different rooms, you say? Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you might you can share about this Frankenstein fellow, and maybe what we have in store for tomorrow?
How about let's make this interesting? You and I, let's play some darts. You best me in some darts. I buy you a drink or whatever the hell it is that you drink or imbibe, and I'll tell you a little bit about what I know.
Oh yes, but parlor games, as it were. I've played a little bit with my old lord. He loved this game very much, but I was never quite good at it. Sure.
That's good for me then. All right. So you guys are gonna be playing some darts now. In fantasy darts with dice, we're gonna just make it pretty
Whoa.
simple. You're gonna make a ranged attack roll, which will be your dex modifier or your dexterity modifier, 3 times, and whoever has the higher overall score, let's just say they won that round.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's 3 d20s.
Yeah, so you're gonna roll 3d20 with you're a +0 on ranged attack.
Yep, my rolls have not been good so far.
Okay.
You got this.
25 plus 14.
39.
39.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Plus what? Plus 14?
25 plus 14. Is that? Yes, 39, right?
Ooh, and he got a 36, so you won the first round. Let's make a few more rolls, see how this round goes.
Here you are, ma'am. Now, what did you say your name was again?
My full name is Penelope LaRoche Vanderhoot. Friends call me Penny, so you can call me Penelope, and if we become friends at the end of the night, we'll see where we stand.
All right.
The two of you, Awen and Penelope, as you're sitting there having your discussion and your mulled wine together, you notice that at the stage nearby, some people in really all I can describe as sailor garb come through, and they start to set up on the stage with varied musical instruments. There's like 5 of them setting up on stage, and one of them, a tiger-striped tabaxi, kind of stringing a harp to the side, is the closest one to you. And she sees like the flowers out of the corner of her eye, and she kind of looks over you. It's like, hey, you got a good seat. You here to watch the show?
And a tabaxi's like a cat person.
Mm-hmm.
And she's talking to me?
She's talking to both of you, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe.
No, I'm just here for the mold wine, to be honest with you.
I'm here for the show. Huge fan. Been following your guys' career for a while, actually. Never met a sailor I didn't like. So I knew I had to be here tonight.
Really? Really? A sailor you didn't like? Name's Millie, by the way. Who are you guys?
Hi, Millie. Name's Penelope.
Hi,
My
Penelope.
name's Awen.
Hi, Awen. Well, yeah, me and my crew over here, we're just going to be playing some background music, because why the hell not? And hopefully you guys like it.
I think with that going on and seeing like the musicians come in too, I think I would kind of follow them as they kind of catch my attention. These sailors walking in, and I look over at them, and I think I would catch Millie or one of them talking to the girl who stole from me, and so I would say, "Oh, Felix, I'm sorry. 1 second, I'll be right back. I need to do something real quick."
Don't you run out on me.
And so I lumber over to the two ladies. Pardon me, Bod.
Hi, mister. Nice to see you again.
I just think you should know the sort of person you're dealing with here. This person right here is a thief and a liar. They are just no good. I don't think you should be. You should watch your bags and your goods and your instrument whenever you're around this lot right here.
Oh, mister. What's making you say this? I had a lovely time chatting with you over there.
You may call me Mr. Bertram, young lady.
Sure thing, Mr. Bertram.
At this point, Bertram has just turned his face away from her and is blocking her out and is looking at the bard. Excuse me. Again, just watch your things. This one over here cannot be trusted. And now you have been warned. She's going to go on about knowing all kinds of symbols and other kind of deceitful things. And when your back is turned, something bad will happen. I'm sure of it.
And Awen walks up next to Bertram. Well, I've never seen anything like you. You are magnificent. Has anyone ever told you that? Wonderful.
Why, yes, one person did at one point in my life. Thank you.
What did you say your name was again, Mr. Bot? Mr. Bot?
Mr. Bot. It's Mr. Bertram. Bertram. And your name is?
Mr. Bertram Bot. Well, my name is Awen. Very nice to meet you.
And you too, sir. You too. Miss Bard here. I look forward to your music, and I guess I'll be seeing you two tomorrow night. Or tomorrow morning,
Mr. Bertram, don't be frustrated with my nice friend Awen here, who is just trying to help me out. And then I kind of click, and then Pip comes out with the flower that you made everything else disappear.
Oh,
but
a rat!
The real flower, I imagine
And
you wouldn't disappear.
I want to go and try
Nope.
and I want to go and try and smash the rat because I think it's a pest.
Oh yeah, no,
Ew.
but I jumped back.
Ma'am, watch out! There's a rat here. And I try and
No.
I slam my fist down the table.
I want you to make an attack roll, please.
Oh, damn. Already? Holy crap. Watch out, Rip Pip.
If Pip dies,
That was a mighty 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you definitely whiff on that
Hey.
one. Pip is quick enough to dart out of the way.
But I keep trying to like smack it. I'm like, oh God, these pests are everywhere. I swear.
Mr. Bertram, please, that is not a pest. That is my friend. And if you hadn't immediately gone up in arms about him, you would have seen that he brought you something. And then Pip pops up again with the flower in his mouth.
You have friends with the rat?
It's not a rat, it's a mouse. For some reason, we like them more as a society. So I think you should open your heart to it.
All right, your pet mouse. I guess that because that makes it a whole lot better. Apparently, what is that in its little mouth? I guess.
This is your flower, and I'm very sorry to have taken this from you. I do not have much money or opportunity, and so a bet was struck so I could get a drink. But Mr. Awen here has been nothing but trying to defend a new friend And you can call me Penny now. And I just think you shouldn't hold it against him
Cha-ching.
for showing loyalty to someone. And I, in a measure of goodwill, want to return to you what is yours. And fun fact, he can make those come out of anywhere. So if you need more, he's the one to ask.
And I'm talking anywhere.
Well, Madam, giving me back a flower that you already stole, that's already withering in the mouth of a mouse, isn't as much. I might need a little bit more of a kind gesture. If your friend here, Awen, was it, sir?
Well, yep, that's my name.
My friend over there, Felix, if you could go over there to him, perhaps you could say that I sent you over there because you heard that he was courting some fine Aarakocra lady friend of his, and perhaps you could give him a whole bunch of flowers using your spell that you have. Maybe you can give him some flowers to give to her.
Will that make it right? If that makes it right, then I'll go over there right now.
Thank you. And
I'll walk over
if I may join your table then, because I do not know anybody here, like I said, it would be nice to chat with some people here.
Well, Mr. Bertram, you're in luck. I tend to think you're fascinating and would like to be your friend. So please make yourself at home.
I pull up a chair.
All right, Awen, are you going to go over to Felix and create some flower magic?
Yep, I walk over and I offer him some flowers. I tell him I'm friends with good old Bertram, and I say this is for your lady friend Sophia. Safia?
Safie.
Safie. Oh, Safie.
Oh, well, thanks. Safie, I have more flowers. And so he just leaves you and with just this bunch of flowers in his hands.
Yep.
All right, so do you want to head back to the group? Do you want to look around the room? What would you like to do right now, Awen?
Yeah, I'd love to I'd love to use detect magic to see if I detect anything magical in this room. See if there's anything going on. You feel like a slight and with detect magic I have to tell you the type of magic, right? Yeah, so like I sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me. If I sense magic in this way, I can use my action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears the magic, and I learned the school of magic, if any. Okay. You cast detect magic, and you notice you feel magic coming from your right side at the bar, closer to the end, like where you see the three hooded figures sitting. Okay. Yeah, I slowly make my way over to where I feel this magic kind of emanating from. It's just an aura. I don't really feel like a school of magic, just like this sense of magic. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird tinted magic where it's like a hybrid. That's the best way you can think of it in your mind. You see, and in your mind's eye, kind of an aura of necromancy and transmutation. But there's other signatures in there that you can't quite put your finger on. There's almost like a metallic taste to it, if you could put it that way. Yeah, I think I walk past them and kind of circle back and go over to the table to Bertram and Penny. Okay. At this time, Millie has left the table and she's with her peeps, and they're playing instrumental music in the background, kind of a lot of sea shanty type music, and what we would see is like the equivalent of like a cover band, so cover songs of popular, I guess, tunes. Come on, Eileen. Yes, definitely.
Popular sea shanties.
Yeah. Everybody loves those.
I mean, I love a sea shanty. One of my favorite Fly the Conchords songs is sea shanty. Anyway, let's do this.
Like a dirge.
So as the cheerful music is picking up in the background and some people are starting to dance and sway in front of the platform that is being used as a stage right now, you come back with this kind of like uneasy feeling, Awen, to your two compatriots, two people that you know better than anybody else in this bar, which is not that well at all. But at least you're starting to create a home base.
Y'all see those hooded figures over there?
The three at the bar?
Bertram turns his whole 7-foot body and very very apparently just turns like, who, those guys?
Yeah, something's not right with them.
Mm-hmm.
I just smell something in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's dirty and muggy or something. I don't know what that smell is. It's like, it smells like moldy towels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the worst smell.
It
That's the
really
world's
is.
worst smell.
I only just got here. I don't know how long you two have been here. Penelope, have you been here for a while?
Mm-hmm. Been here for a few hours.
Have you noticed anything off about those people? Have they gotten up? Have they moved? Have they ordered a drink or talked to anybody else? Have they've just been sitting there?
Not once. Which Captain Walton, strangely, just cleaning the bar anyway. Just keeps wiping it. Just keeps wiping that glass. So that's been the most interesting part, honestly.
Maybe they're just lonely and they don't know anybody. Everyone gave me eyes when I walked in here. Perhaps they're just lonely and they don't know anybody. Should I invite
Mr.
them
Bertram.
over? Should I invite them over to sit with us? No.
No. You should not do that.
Mr.
That is
Bertram,
not
you are
what
the
should
most
do.
empathetic robot I have ever met. In my experience.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you. That's very
also
kind of you. Thank you.
also a terrible idea. Horrible idea. We are not inviting the scary
Oh.
men to the table.
No.
Okay.
I think at this point I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm gonna go and talk to the captain about getting a room for the night.
Okay, so Awen and Bertram, you guys are going to be staying the night in that room.
Staring into each other's eyes all night.
That's right. Just staring the whole night.
So the two of you head on upstairs. Meanwhile, Penelope, where are you going to go to spend the night?
I'm outside already. I left 10 minutes ago. I saw them talking. That was a perfect moment. I like a good Irish goodbye. So
I was gonna say.
So as you head outside and you're looking for a place maybe up on the roof to stay the night and get all comfy cozy with Pip, as you survey like the top, a big old figure just like bumps into you, and you look up and you see this lizard folk, huge ass lizard basically. He's like, oh, excuse me. Have you seen my friend Gavin?
Oh, the conspiracies are true? No, I have not met Gavin. Was just trying to find a place to rest, not thinking it's going to be this. What did you need Gavin for?
Gavin he's my friend. He's a funny fellow, and he talks kind of funny too, but I haven't seen him since yesterday, and really, we were gonna go in on this competition together, and I haven't seen him since last night, and I was just wandering around hoping to see him in the last place I saw him. I don't know, so let me know if you see another guy that looks like me. He gestures up and down at his lizard self.
Giant lizard, got it. Bumbling
Giant
around.
lizard
Strong
talks
S's.
funny and
It's a strange thing to say about oneself, but I understand. Okay. Where was
people
the last
tell
place
us
you
all
saw
the
him?
time.
That's unfair
Last
and
time I
unkind.
saw him, I know, but that's the state of being a lizard folk. Anyways,
Where's the last place you saw him? And what's your name?
oh, my name.
DeGraw?
No. What a funny thing to say.
Just
No,
kidding.
my name is Kerwin. Nice to meet
Kerwin.
you. Yeah,
Good, strong name.
Kerwin. Anyways, yes, last time I saw Gavin, my friend, we were down by the docks, just sitting side by side, dangling our little footsies into the water and looking out at the sunset. Then I fell asleep on the dock, and I woke up and he was gone, but that funny fellow does it all the time. So I thought maybe here's Gavin yet again playing hide and go seek, that funny fellow, and just wasn't here, so can't find him. I mean, there was this puddle of blood over there, but I mean, that happens all the time when you're a lizard folk. And then, I've been looking for him ever since.
There's so much to unpack there. I think my next question is going to be, though, what are you looking? So you just want me to keep an eye out for Gavin? Is there something I can do to
I'm
help?
trying to find my.
Is there any, money in this for me? I'm a straightforward woman. Is there any money in this for me? If there's a little money, my help is yours.
I'm sorry. I have no. This is why we're doing the experiment. I mean, even just the 50 gold would be nice. So no gold. Nothing.
Kerwin, I really want to help you. I like you, but the problem is, if I help you, then you have more help beating me in this experiment. So I will keep an eye out. I don't want any ill to fall to Gavin, but I think for tonight, I'm gonna go to bed. Are you staying on this roof? It's a nice roof. I'm just gonna be right here.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just gonna go down by the dock again. Maybe Gavin will show back up at the dock. So, no.
All right, great, more roof for me. Well then, if I see Gavin, I'll let him know you're looking for him. He'll be pretty easy to spot. I would say keep thinking about that puddle of blood. That's my piece of advice to you. Keep thinking about the puddle of blood. Maybe dig into that a little more, not physically. And I will see you tomorrow at the experiment. Hope you find Gavin.
Thanks. And he walks off, and you just hear him yell out, Gavin? Gav, my boy.
Gavin. Never gonna find him. Gavin is dead.
At noon, the next day, a programmed illusion of an unassuming elven man blinking behind a pair of large, glowing goggles and gracefully holding a cup and saucer appears in front of the tavern to give the rules. Hello. Welcome to my experiment. I am Dr. Frankenstein. As you can see behind me in the ground, and he lazily draws his hand in the air. And as his hand is drawn in the air, you see in the dirt behind him a glowing line appears, as if it's a starting line. In the ground, here is basically your starting point. But before you cross it, just a few things to know, so that by crossing the line, you are assenting to this experiment, and therefore saying, yes, I will join. First,
Terms of service.
basically, I have no dotted line for you to sign, so I just have a glowing line for you to cross instead. But first, if you participate, I will pay you 50 gold. If you complete the experiment, which is a maze, I will give you 700 gold. If you are the first one to finish said maze experiment, you will get a tailor-made bespoke creation of your choice, but only for the one who finishes first. The rules are simple. Rule 1. Once you cross the starting line, the experiment begins. Rule 2. Be prepared for combat. Failing a level results in immediate disqualification. Death also disqualifies you. And Rule 3, as I mentioned before, first one to finish wins. I do not split or go halvesies or share. There's only going to be one winner. But feel free to join up together, then wait till the end and then betray. I don't care. I'm just, you're helping me with his experiment. Anyways. Frankenstein out. And it just, all of a sudden the programmed illusion just
Drops the mic.
programmed illusion stops. And you see, on either side of you, on that dirt path in front of this glowing line, you see other competitors have come. You see Felix there, kind of like jumping up and down, looking so excited. You see Millie kind of just like checking her nails with one hand and kind of like doing a fun, like in between her fingers, tossing around of this like brass orb in the other. You see a goblin competitor, 2 humans. You see Kerwin still yelling out for Gavin. No one's with him. And really, that's it. So it looks like it's you guys plus a handful of other competitors for today. Quite a few of them cross the line, and they have a running go at it as soon as the programmed illusion of Dr. Frankenstein goes away. What do you guys do? Do you cross the line, or do you stay?
I would immediately like look around and kind of raise my hand. I'm sorry. Did he say death? Did he say death?
Millie chuckles,
I think he did.
Yeah, Millie chuckles. She's like, "Of course, there's death. What'd you think?"
Oh,
It's 50 gold.
Plus 700 if we finish.
700.
And I intend to, guys.
Well, maybe if we stick together, 700 would be more than I ever intended, and I don't need to win. Just being there, making it to the end. So maybe if we stick together, there's less of a chance of us dying.
Well, yeah, come on, Bertrand.
Okay,
Let's go.
okay. And I think if that was Eowyn kind of leading the pack, I think I would kind of like gingerly kind of walk behind him, kind of looking around, kind of wondering why no one else seems to be scared about the thought of possibly dying going in here.
Do you happen to see Penelope this morning?
Oh no, I didn't see her. Maybe she's.
I look around.
Maybe she's
I
still.
look around. Do I see? Are you there?
I'm there, but I'm hidden. You don't see me.
Okay.
So you guys head on in.
Great.
Should
All
we,
right.
should we
So the two of you crossed the line. Did Penelope cross the line?
Once everyone goes inside, I stop. I finally kind of come out from hiding. I really look around. I look at the line. I suss the whole situation. Can I ask, is the only way to start the journey for me to go inside? Obviously, I'm going to cross the line, but is it to go inside, or is there a way to? Are
There's
there other
one
ways
entrance.
into the rooms? There's one entrance. All right.
There's
So
only
I
one entrance.
suss this out. I look around. I try to get a real feel of my surroundings, and then everyone's gone inside. I take a moment, and then I slowly head in, trying to stay out of the pack.
As soon as you cross over that glowing line, a giant wall of fire blows up from that line, barring any chance of escape. There's no way to go but forward. And Millie, about to enter in, looks back behind her and she's like, "Well, shit, I guess we're in it now." You guys reach the entryway to the experiment. And you can see the competitors in front of you, because yes, now you can call them competitors. There is a competition at stake. There's only one way to enter, and it is through kind of a chute, and you have to jump into it. And you notice that it's slowly rotating to a new, I guess, opening for each person coming in. Really, people have to go in single file. So even though people were running toward it, now you're kind of waiting in line. And as you're in line, you notice Penelope come to the back with you guys.
So what do you guys think about this shoot? Is this a head first or a feet first situation for you guys?
I would say before any of the three of you jump in, Millie's going to hold out her paw, and she's saying, "Wait, let's look at this, guys. Would you guys take an investigation, roll investigation for me, please?"
That's a 13.
I got 2.
18.
18.
Nice.
Okay. So I would say, Penelope, you recognize that there are
some runes around the edge that you didn't notice before. And they are in you happen to know, even though you can't read it, you know that this language is celestial. Millie would notice this as well, and she's like, this gives me idea. I've seen this before. All right, guys. I know we were talking about trust last night, but do you guys actually trust me?
Nope. But
I
that doesn't
just
mean you
met
shouldn't
you.
share.
You should still tell us.
you should
trust
definitely
you.
still
I
tell us.
trust you as much as I trust anyone here.
I think I know how to manipulate this. If you guys want to go in together on this, I think like if I can hold it still, there's a mechanism on the top maybe. If I can hold it still, you can go down the same chute. You want to try it with me?
So we could all face a challenge together. Is
That's
Right.
what this looks like. It looks like it's
Oh.
meant to separate. But
Oh.
hey, this is a system we can beat, guys.
Wait, I'm still reeling at Bertram's comment about the trust. We spent a whole night together. You're not going to trust everybody else? I didn't kill you. I didn't shut you down. I see how it is, man. I
Well,
see how
it might be because
no,
I
no,
told you
no,
that my
it's
eyes were
okay.
open all night. What if they weren't open all night? I trust you,
Mhm.
Aelin. I believe you've done nothing but kindnesses to me. So I trust you, and Penelope. I think we're working on it.
My arms are kind of getting tired holding this open. Can you guys jump in now?
Yeah, go in.
And then I go in.
And then I like go head first, kind of like tumbling into it.
All right. Since the three of you jumped in together, you don't have to roll anything because you're now in the same room.
Sick.
Millie, however, needs to roll to see if she ends in the same room with you.
No, come on,
Okay, I was
Millie.
gonna say, is
She
Millie
can't hold
joining
it.
us?
She can't hold it for herself.
Come on, Millie.
No, she doesn't. All right, so you
Oh.
wait. You wait a few
Sorry,
seconds,
Millie.
and you hear a click and a whir, and you see the I guess the entrance close, and you realize nobody else is coming down there. It is just the three of you. The room opens up into a massive chasm built into the same mountain that Frankenstein's castle's built into. And looking down, you see that the chasm tapers off into a slide that perhaps goes into another room, but it is in the dark. And there is one bridge across this chasm, and it's a narrow yet heavy plank of wood balanced on a pivot in the center of the chasm. Essentially a massive seesaw.
Yeah, I want to look around. I have night vision, or what is it called?
Dark vision. Night vision.
Yeah.
Did you want to do a perception
Yeah.
roll? Okay, go ahead and roll
definitely
perception
do.
for me.
What is the
Yeah,
difference between
part of-
perception and investigation? Is it the same? In this instance?
As a rule of thumb, I technically do. If you're looking at something broadly, it's perception. If you're narrowing in on something, like going up to it to check it out even further, that's investigation.
Got it. Okay.
I got an 8.
Yeah,
Do I have?
you don't
Okay.
you don't notice anything else other than what I've described. Just there's one bridge across, and you want to make it across there.
I think we need to go ahead,
You are a perceptive robot.
but not very dexterous.
Well, I mean, who's the smallest? I feel like this thing's kind of rickety, and maybe someone small and nimble might be good first one. Go across.
I wonder, I look around comically, trying to see who else he could be speaking of.
Well, don't you? I don't mean you, Penelope. I mean, don't you have a little Pip in your pocket?
It's a great question. Pip! And then Pip pops up, and I grab him, and I whisper to him, kind of, think Gandalf with the moth on the top of Saruman's tower. I whisper to Pip.
Oh.
And then I let Pip down. Will Pip be able to, how far is the gap between the end of the seesaw? Or is it like, is the ground that it's going to hit right under it?
Right under it.
Right under, okay.
Is the high side close to us, or is it the low side? Like we could walk up onto it.
I
It's
imagine-
side?
actually resting precariously even right now.
Oh,
So it's
intriguing.
on the point right now, just at the correct fulcrum area. And so any step on it is going to knock it down.
Mr. Bertram, are you pretty strong? I mean, you're a robot and everything. You got the strength.
You might think that looking at me, but these arms were never quite built for lifting and pulling, and they were meant for baking and folding of clothes. And so no, I'm not very strong, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but I do feel like dead weight right now. I'm sorry, I'm not very dexterous or strong, but I'm sure one of these rooms I'll be able to help us. I swear it. But I might need your guidance in this room.
Man, you guys are doing great. This is the easiest level. This is the easiest level, and you guys are just like rocking
just riffing
it.
it so hard.
All
Okay,
right.
I will run into the middle as fast as I can, as dexterously as I can.
Aaron, I want you to roll dexterity for me, and if you have anything for acrobatics, add that on.
All right, that's 15.
Yeah, you crossed the bridge just fine.
Is he across or is he in the middle right now?
I don't know. Did you want to stop in the middle, or did you want to go all the way across?
I just went across.
Yeah,
Just go across?
You are all the way across. You're on the other side of the chasm, just waving.
Eowyn, but if you were more on the other side, you could counter our weight. Wait.
I think I could probably get across. Pip's just chilling by the door. What if you give me your rope, Mr. Bertram? We tie it around your waist. I run across, and then you can take it however you want. And if you fall, we have your rope. If you trust us.
Okay, yeah. Here.
While
I'll tie,
Bertram is talking and sputtering,
You're tying.
we're tying it, and I'm just holding it and already going as he's arguing about it.
Okay, yes,
All right,
yes.
roll dexterity for me
I'm
with
already-
acrobatics.
Please don't fall, because then you'll take me with you.
Hopefully it's not a 1.
I rolled a 2, but I also have dexterity is 18, and then acrobatics is 4, so that's
That's a
Wait.
6.
24.
Wait. No.
No,
So you got to do the modifier for dexterity.
smaller
So there's a
number.
little number above the high number.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so maybe I don't make
your
it.
modification for dexterity is +4. So you rolled a 2.
So why
Yeah,
does my
but-
dexterity 18?
That's like your base
that's
number.
like,
that
yeah,
determines
your value number. And
So because I scored under. Oh, so I didn't do well, so I must have failed. But I have the rope, so I just swing over, right? Well, I guess
well,
you tell me that.
interestingly enough, so you run across very sure
10.
of yourself. And even though your eyes are on the prize, something in the rope kind of jerks you back. You don't have it rightly. And so you actually trip off of the seesaw and are now dangling, holding onto Bertram, who's still on the other side. So we have Eowyn on the side of the next level. We have you dangling on the rope attached to the waist of Bertram, who's standing on the beginning side.
See, this plan was all about me, really.
And that was Of Mice and Men and Monsters. Thank you so much to Caitlin and their whole podcast team for sharing this episode with us. Go find them at omaam.com. If that pattern isn't jumping out to you in audio form, that's the first letter of each word in ofmiceandmenandmonsters.com, or I guess you could say omamam.com. Also, of course, go subscribe to them wherever you get your podcasts. They are a sister show of ours, meaning that we are both on the Fable and Folly podcast network, which I just want to say is a great place to find high-quality fiction pods any time of year. And just a quick update on the Looters, we are hard at work on Season 2, and we are hard at work recording and editing some fun one-shot games, including one GM'd by our very own Melinda Macklem, so keep an eye out for that fun stuff. And in the meantime, we will be bringing you more great actual play shows like Of Mice and Men and Monsters, all under the banner Looters Presents. So we hope you enjoy all this fun and funky programming, and yeah, later Looters.